Hey everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and it's time for Saturday with Stacy. We are on YouTube number 162, and this is the release of my next Simply Defined die and stamp collection called Flower Shop. Yes, this is a bit early, and yes, it does coordinate with my last collection, which was Bloom. Now, the reason we're releasing this a little bit earlier than normal in the month is because the Shop That Did Not Hop and the Sizzix Warehouse sale are just a few days away. Oh my gosh. They start July 15th and run through July 31st. And during that time frame, during that sale, the shipping policy is it ships when it ships. And last year I went ahead and did a release during that event, and that was a mistake. I don't want to do that mistake again, but it was my first release and I didn't know any better. So several of you had to wait a really long time to get it because, of course, during that sale, you save on everything. I mean, you save up to 95% off of Sizzix dies, but it really is, it ships when it ships. Now, I'm not going to get too much into that because there is a YouTube. It is on scrapbookingmadesimple.com. It's on our home page, or if you go under the category that says Sizzix Warehouse Sale, there's no product there yet, but the YouTube is there as well. And I please ask you to watch that YouTube prior to placing an order if you've never ordered from us during this sale. It is a huge event for us. It is a major undertaking. It takes almost an entire year to get ready for this event. We will start planning for 2017 about 3 weeks after the end of this one. But when we say it ships when it ships, I really mean that. And that means it's a minimum of 2 months before we even look at your order. Minimum of 2 months. And then it could be 1, 2, 3 months, 4 months later before you actually get your order. And that's because of the volume of sales that we get. And if you watch the YouTube, it explains everything. And then you can make an informed decision if you want your die for under $1. Yes, we have dies for under $1 this year. If you want your product at 80-90% off, then you just have to be patient and wait. You will get your order, but there's only 16 of us working the store, the retail store, and the online store. And my only other option would be to not offer the sale online. And that would be sad because there are so many of you that are A-okay with it ships when it ships. But if this is your first time with the Shop That Did Not Hop and the Sizzix Warehouse sale, it's pretty fabulous. We have free gifts for everybody. It's a blast. It's wonderful. It's in store and online. And if you can get to the store, come to the store because then you get to take your stuff home right then and there. But if you have to shop online, remember, there are terms and conditions, so just watch that YouTube. Now today, we have Flower Shop. And I've explained why we're releasing it early because I don't want that to fall under the ship when it ships policy. So if you place your order all the way up to, including July 14th, it's standard shipping time frame. If you place your order on August 1st and after, it's standard shipping time frame. Will you save on the dies that we have for you, the Sizzix dies? No. Will the entire store pretty much be 20% off? No. But will you have to wait for it ships when it ships? No. So the decision is yours. Save the money and wait, or pay regular price and get it sooner. Entirely whatever makes your heart happy makes our heart happy. So today that's why we're releasing Flower Shop early. I've got Spectrum Noir sparkle pins to share with you. I've got a contour die to share with you. I've got a bonus die to share with you. I've got what I think I was able to kind of bam up something that's already been done that I loved, but it just wasn't exactly what I wanted. So I made it to what exactly I want, and hopefully you want it too. We've got the chicken dinner contest still going on for the Shop That Did Not Hop in the Sizzix Warehouse sale. So if you have been following us on Pinterest, go look at all the submissions. They're wonderful. They make my heart so happy. They really do. The chicken dinner contest is, all you have to do is submit a project to us. It can be anything. It can be jewelry, mixed media, a layout, cards, needlepoint, quilting, whatever you've done using either a Sizzix die or a Simply Defined die. You email your entry to chickendinner@scrapbookingmadesimple.com. This is not a popularity contest, so it's a random drawing. 5 of you are going to win gift cards to use during the Shop That Didn't Hop in the Sizzix Warehouse sale. And we want all types of crafters, even you newbies, even you beginners. You got to remember, we were all beginners at some point. We all started somewhere, and we want to see what inspires you, what creative comes out of you. So send us your email with your project. We'll post it on Pinterest. It doesn't matter how many loves or likes or repins or whatever you get, you're entered for the contest. That's chicken dinner at scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Now for today, we have winner. I don't know what I was thinking. Winner at Scrapbooking Made Simple and chicken dinner at Scrapbooking Made Simple. So today we have our winners from last YouTube, which is 161, and we showed you the beautiful new metallic gel pins from Kaisercraft, along with the new Stampendous duos. They're Christmas duos, which are the stencils and the double stencils and how to use them with your die cutting machine. And oh my gosh, it was a great YouTube. Everybody really, thank you. You all loved it. Thank you. I appreciate that. The comments were so kind. Thank you. You're going to win, these 2 people are going to win the metallic gel set, so the set of 12 of metallics from Kaisercraft and a duos from Stampendous. So you'll have stuff to play with. I can't wait to get it to you. But do you want to know if you're the winner chicken dinner? Well, actually just winner, because the chicken dinner's the other contest. Oh, Stacy. Well, if you are Chris Haskins, congratulations, Chris Haskins. You are our latest winner chicken dinner, and you've won yourself those metallic gel pins and a duos set from Stampendous. And Sandra Beaver, woot woot, woot woot. Go ahead, do your happy dance. Do your happy dance. Sandra Beaver and Chris Haskins, do your happy dance, because you have won wonderful prizes. I hope you love them. Well, you will love them. I know that because they're great product. How do you claim your prizes? Well, you email us at winner, WINNER, at scrapbookingmadesimple.com. And give us your name, address, telephone number. Say you are a winner from YouTube number 161. And just as soon as Dale has the opportunity, probably during the Shop That Didn't Hop, she'll find an opportunity to mail out all of our winner prizes. So congratulations to Sandra and to Chris. Wahoo Kachoo for you. Don't forget to send us your entries for the chicken dinner contest. And don't forget to watch the YouTube about the terms and policies of the Shop That Did Not Hop and the Sizzix Warehouse sale. And we have wonderful free gifts for all of you. I can't wait to, we have amazing things to share, and that's including online people. So wahoo kachoo. Now today we're working with the Flower Shop collection. I'm going to start really simple and work my way into the more difficult. I've got tons of samples to show you. I'm going to try and keep this as close to an hour as I possibly can, but if I go over, I apologize. There's just too much goodness to share with you to just rush through. So I am going to tilt on down. I'm going to get started for today. We're going to be working with the Spectrum Noir Sparkle Pins, Simply Defined Flower Shop, our Big Shot. I've just got, a new adhesive. Can you see how cute this is? It's part of the Flower Shop. Yvette made this. Is this darling? Part of the Flower Shop collection. Anyway, I'm going to tilt on down. We're going to get started for today, and it's good to see you. Okay. Okay, so downstairs, everybody is making a card similar to this right now. They are using watercolors on my 200-pound card base. Yes, these are card bases, and their weight is 200 pounds. So they're using watercolor straight onto the card, and then this is one of the contour dies. Can you see that part, sparkle and sheen? This is one of the Flower Shop contour dies. But then I also have this one. Again, watercolor straight onto the cardstock, and this one doesn't have quite as much sparkle and sheen, but it's got it. It just depends upon how much sparkle and sheen do you want. So these are the new contour dies for Flower Shop from Simply Defined. This is the $15.99. Yes, you get both of them. No, they are not part of the I Want It All collection. So downstairs, everybody's making this right now, and I want to show you how. I'm going to put those over to the side, and I'm going to bring over the set. So Simply Defined, that's me. Here's the 2 dies. Yes, you get both of them for the $15.99. Like I said, they do not come in the I Want It All bundle. And I am going to start with, I guess, this one. And I am going to take some black paper, and I'm just going to die cut. Now, remember, there is a no cut edge here. So if this was a card, say this was a card, and I put the die on the edge, it would cut this into the card and not cut off. I'm going to be using it today as a single die, to where I'm just going to actually use it as a die and it's going to lift out. But because there's a do not cut, there's a no cut edge right here, a no cut edge, you can do this on a card base, and I'll show you. We have samples and how beautiful it is. Now I am going to be using Stacy tape today. What's Stacy tape? This is a double stick adhesive. This one happens to be 2.5 inches wide. We carry it all the way as thin as 1/8 of an inch, all the way up to 6 inches. So 1/8 and 1/4 and 3/8 and 1/2 and 1 inch and 2 inches and 2.5 inches. It is longer and stronger than score tape or Sukewang tape, and it's less money. The manufacturer came to us and said, Stacy, what if I could give you a better tape, a stronger tape, a longer tape for less money? And I said, well, okay, that sounds great to me. Who would say no to that? Because we love Sukewang tape. We love it, absolutely. But when a manufacturer says we can do something better for your customer and you can charge less for it, well, you got to pay attention to that. So I have, did you see, it's not terrible tape, but I was able to tear a piece off the tape. I guess I said it's terrible tape, not meaning that it's bad, but meaning that you can tear it. No scissors necessary. Okay, I'm going to put this onto my paper. And then I'm going to peel off my, well, no, I'm not going to peel it off yet. I'm going to trim my piece down. And just trim off my excess. So I've got Stacy tape on the back of my paper. Why would I add Stacy tape on the back of cardstock? And this is just black cardstock. It is Simply Defined. It's my cardstock, but you can use any black cardstock, or any cardstock for that matter. Why would I put this onto the back? I want to make a sticker. When I put my die onto the front and I die cut out, it's going to die cut with that adhesive on it. And I'm going to be able to peel that off, and it is an instant sticker. I don't have to worry about how am I going to glue these fine lines down. You don't have to worry. You've already done it. You made a sticker with your paper. I'm going to bring my Big Shot machine over because the Big Shot machine is the machine of choice here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. I have got my magnetic platform. I have got a cut plate that has been cut into because I'm using my magnetic platform. And I could be using, if I would prefer to, I absolutely could use my multi-purpose platform. Whether you have the small one or the long one, if you are using a multi-purpose platform because you do not have a magnetic platform, not a problem. You're going to be able to cut just fine. Just remember to keep all your tabs closed. Do not open any of your tabs. Keep them closed because you are doing a wafer die. My Simply Defined dies are wafer dies, and you want to keep this completely closed. Then you'll put your do not cut plate down, and then you'll put your die face up and your paper and your cut plate. On the magnetic platform, it is in reverse. So I have got my magnetic platform, I have got my cut plate, I have got my paper, I have got my die, and then I have my do not cut plate. If I was using my multi-purpose platform, because I know many of you do not have a magnetic platform, it would be in the reverse. I would start with my do not cut plate on top of my multi-purpose platform, then my die, then my paper with my pretty side against my die, and then my cut plate. Either way, it's going to work. So let's send this on through. And this is on my regular multi-purpose platform. Creaks and cracks are okay. Not a problem. Then I'm going to take it and I'm going to rotate it and I'm going to send it back. Could you use this die on a precision base plate? Yes, absolutely. This is a very detailed die. All right, I'm going to pull that over to the side. Pop that little piece out. Pull my die on out and then get rid of some of my little innards. Now mind you, if the die does not cut all of the little pieces on the back side, if you don't cut all the way through the Stacy tape, don't worry, the paper's still cut. People tend to think that if they can't pop every little doodad and bits and bobs out, that something went wrong because they were trying to cut through Stacy tape or Sukwang tape or Elizabeth Crafts tape. No, that's called a kiss cut. And it still cut your paper. It did, I promise. Oh, this is such a fine die. I'll pull all my little pieces out. It still cut through the paper. It just didn't cut through the liner. And see, this one didn't cut all the way through. This one didn't cut all the way through, but it did cut the paper. So I can pop that paper right on out. And then when I pull the die off, it doesn't matter that it didn't cut through the liner. It just doesn't matter. You're going to throw that piece away anyway, but people tend to think, oh no, it didn't cut all the way through. What do I do? Pull the paper off and you'll see you're going to be just fine. See, it didn't cut through all the way through on this one either, but I'm not going to throw it away. Heavens no. I'm just going to keep on popping my little bits and pieces out. All right, I think I've got most of them. And we will go ahead and put it onto a white piece of paper, just so you can see how pretty this contour die is. Now this contour die has, part of the die is in what's called the negative space. Let's get a bigger piece. Part of this die is what's in the negative space. So this is the negative space, and part of this die is in the positive space. So you get kind of the best of both worlds. Let's peel it off and put it down. So now, because I've made it a sticker, all I have to do is take the liner off. Told you, all those little pieces that did not come out when I was trying to poke them out, they're here. Don't worry about it. It's okay. And I'm going to line it up here. So there is one of the contour dies. I hope you like it. I really, really like it. I do. It's a good thing I like what I do. Could you imagine designing something that didn't inspire you and didn't... I can't even imagine that. Okay, so then I want to take this and I want to make this even more. How am I going to do that? I am going to use the sparkle pins. I'm going to put that right there. I'm going to use the sparkle pins from Spectrum Noir. Now the sparkle pins are very much like a Wink of Stella, only way more colors, and the glitter in them is more silvery and the Wink of Stella is more goldy. So a whole lot more colors, probably double the colors, if not more than that, and more of a silver. But there's a special way that you have to use these to open them, and I want to show you. They come in a 3-pack. There's, I think, 12 different sets, and as far as I can tell, none of the sets overlap in color. This is the color chart. So none of the sets overlap in color. Isn't that lovely? And oh my goodness gracious, you can download this, I think, and then fill in your colors. But if you're in store and you're at the Make and Take right now, I actually have one of these for you for free if you buy the Sparkle Pin, one of the sets. So they come in 3 sets, and or in sets of 3, all coordinating colors. So you've got things like, this would be, I would think, like an autumn, because it's got the brown and the orange and the green. This looks very happy and summery to me. So I believe 12 different sets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 sets, and a crystal clear. And then this is an exclusive color that's only in the bigger sets. So we've got the 11 plus the crystal clear. Now, how do you use these? Well, it's not hard at all, but you do have to do it. You have to know how to take it apart to open it up. When you take the lid off, you see that there's that little green thing, this little green thing. You need to take that off and throw it away. Just like the Wink of Stella, that's a barrier. And what that does is that keeps the ink sealed. No ink is coming out. That's because I haven't punctured the hole yet in the well for the ink. And this little doohickey thing keeps the pin together, but does not break the seal, so you know that your ink has not been sitting there for who knows how long drying out, because it hasn't been punctured yet. It's still in there all nice and airtight. And can you hear? You need to shake these bad boys up. So you're going to remove that little green thing, and then you're going to twist down, and you're just going to, you can almost hear it pop, and twist all the way down, and your pin is now together. Do you ever put this little green thingy back on? No, you just throw it away or do something clever with it. And shake, shake, shake. Now, on both sides of the pin, there's these words that say push. You can't see them because they're in black. They're embedded into that black plastic that makes the housing for the pin. But you can feel them. You can't see them, but you can feel them. I don't know why they do that, but that's okay. The thing with this pin is that you don't want to push too often. You want to give a little push, enough. And you can see almost the entire well is going to stay empty. It's not going to fill up with the red. It just isn't. But you can see the red already going, oh, too much. Let's grab a piece of paper. So you can see the red already coming in. Okay, so with these pins, less is more. You don't want to push too hard, too many times. You want to just let gravity do its thing, because then it's going to fill the nib itself. Can you see the sparkle? Isn't that pretty? See that sparkle? And the more it dries, the more the sparkle will come out. As it dries, the sparkle will come out. But you don't want to push so hard that the pin just leaks. One push, maybe 2, and then let the pin gravity feed down. I think most people are pushing way too hard and way too often, and their ink, once the ink is out, you can't get it back in the pin and you've lost that ink. And they took their time to make sure that that ink stays good by keeping it sealed until you open the pin yourself. Put your tip back or your cap back on and you're good to go. You want to shake it every time. If you don't use it for a day or 2 or a week or a month, when you're ready to use it again, just shake it again and then let that gravity feed. That's important. So, pop off the top. Get rid of the lid, just put it to the side, take off your little green little thing, screw the rest of the pin down into place, give a good shake, 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 shake. Find the 2 words that say push, because you can feel them, and give a push, maybe 2, all the way down, maybe 2. And then let it do its thing. You don't have to wait long. Let it do its, oh, yep, see. And look at the sparkle. So that's how you open these pins, and that's how you use them. Again, they're sold in sets of 3. And I was playing with Summertime. Oh, I was right. This one was called Summertime. Super cute, huh? Now, I want to show you how we did I'm going to just chop that piece right off. I'm going to show you how we did the make and take. And we took a piece of black paper. Actually, do I have one cut? By George, I do. We took a piece of black paper, and remember how I did this one with just straight black paper? This time I'm going to use the clear sparkle pin. Now the clear goes over everything. The clear can go over your double-sided paper to bling it up. The clear can go on your flowers, your paper flowers. The clear can go on absolutely everything. And I take and I just color my black paper. Now this is where your preference comes in. Do you want a lot of bling or do you want a little bling? Do you want a lot of shimmer to it or a little shimmer to it? Because if you go over it pretty light, you're going to have a nice little sheen, but not too much. But if you go over it again and again, you're going to have even more. It's going to be the difference between this one, which just has a little bit of sheen on the black, just a really pretty little sheen, versus this one, which is totally blingy. This one only has one coat, one really light coat. This one has like 3. So it's really up to you what you would prefer. I tend to go a little softer. I want it to have some shimmer and shine to it, but I don't necessarily want it to be bam in your face. Other people are woohoo! I guess it would depend upon what I was doing with it as well. But on the black, I just like it a little bit softer. So I'm going to take that, and you can see that I've started to apply the sheen and where I haven't. You can see the difference. Now I would take Stacy tape and put Stacy tape right on the back because I want to make it a sticker because I'm going to use that other contour die. Make it a sticker. Cut off the excess. Unless you're really good and you're able to get it right at the right size. And now I would die cut. Now this is still a little wet. So I'm gonna let this sit over to the side, and poof, by the power of TV, the magic of TV, I have one that I have already blinged and it has already dried. I'm gonna bring over the other contour die that I have. This time I'm going to use my magnetic platform because I did it once with the multi-purpose platform. Now I am going to use the magnetic platform, and I am going to put my cut plate down, and I am going to put my paper down with the pretty side facing me, the side that I want to see. And I am going to put my do not cut plate right on top, and then I'm going to send it on through. Little creaks and cracks are okay. Not a problem. And then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to send it back. So remember, the contour die is not part of the I Want It All bundle. It is a separate purchase, but you do get both dies for $15.99, which we all know is a really, really good value. There's no additional discount on the Simply Defined products because I try to price them at an everyday great price. So you don't have to wait for a sale to afford what you need to craft with. And then all my little bits and bobs coming out. And if they don't come out, if the liner part, the white part doesn't come out, don't worry. Just peel the die anyway, and you'll find that it cut right through the paper. That's called a kiss cut, and it's okay. So again, This die is also some in the negative and some in the positive, which gives it a beautiful, beautiful look. And I think I'm about done. And some of these little curly Q pieces you can use for other things because it's a sticker already. So I wouldn't throw them away, but that's me. Okay. So I've got my pieces out. All right, let's bring over a piece of paper and put my die back. Get rid of my trash. And let's bring over that white piece of paper where we did the other one so you can see the difference between shimmer and non. I'm just going to peel it off. You can see you've got the liner on the back. I'm going to peel it right off. It's an instant sticker. I don't have to worry about gluing it on down on those really fine lines because I added the Stacy tape to the back. And get rid of my liner, and then let's just line it up. Okay, so we have shimmer and glimmer, and we have flat black. It's up to you. Which one do you like more? And maybe for one card you do the straight black, maybe for another card you do the shimmer black, but it doesn't have to be in black. You could have done this in any color cardstock, and you can add that clear to any color cardstock to get just that little hint of shimmer going on. These are the contour dies for Flower Shop. Again, not included in the I Want It All bundle. And unfortunately, when they're gone, they're gone. And this one, you know, you can rotate them. So whichever way you want them to go, they can go. This one can go this way, this one can go that way. It's entirely up to you. This is the contour die using Sparkle Pins by Spectrum Noir. Now there's another die in this collection that is also not part of the I Want It All, and I'm gonna move to that one next. This die is going to be sold. It's being sold separately. It's not the $13.99. It's only that usually when we do an open stock die, if you don't buy the I Want It Alls, the dies are $13.99 each. The butterfly is only $10. We're keeping it at the $10. This die was done to use for the shop that did not hop. And so when you come to the shop that did not hop here in store, I'm gonna make you a wonderful free gift using the set and the Sizzix jewelry dies. I'll be doing a YouTube on that so all of you can see it, but I don't want you to have to wait to get this die. And it's part of the Flower Shop, and I think I called it Loveliness. So it is a die and stamp set combo, and it is a triple layering set. So you've got the 3 stamps that will triple layer on top of each other if you use 3 different inks, just like the Bloom collection. So you would start with your lightest ink here, go to your darker ink, and then your darkest ink, and then you can die cut it out. But then I also included the dies. So if you want to just do it out of cardstock, you can. If you want to die cut and stamp, you can. There's a lot to be done with this, but I want to show you them with the sparkle pins because they're so, so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to put those right there for now. And I think I'm going to take some of the colors of the sparkle pins and I'm just going to color. So I've got a piece of white cardstock and that's all I've got. I've got my sparkle pin. You know, actually I think I'm going to stamp them for you first. Maybe I'll stamp for you first. Let's take the stamps. So I've got my 3 stamps. I'm going to start with my largest butterfly. I've got my stamp block here. I'm using a Tim Holtz grid block. I think you get 8 or 9 blocks in the pack, and it gives you every size you would ever need. I've got my gush pad, which is a stamp mat. Everybody needs a gush pad. That will take your stamping from to great, because it allows you to make better contact with the paper because you're stamping into something that has a little bit of a give to it as opposed to something that's hard. I'm going to be using Memento ink. That's really important when you're using the sparkle pens. Memento ink. If you use a Tim Holtz Distress ink or you use something that activates with water, well, these are water-based and it's just gonna move the ink into a big old mess. Memento ink. Doesn't have to be black Memento. You could use red or green or purple, whatever colors make you happy, but it needs to be Memento. Give a nice push. I'm gonna not do chest compressions. I'm not trying to revive the stamp. I just want nice pressure and then up. Beautiful. Now I can take the sparkle pen. I can take the sparkle pen. I have no idea what color this is. Kind of a mauve. And go in and color right on top of my ink. So this is what I've got right now. And I can go in right on top and color. And because this is a brush tip pen, I can get in those fine little details. And I've got that fine tip at the top. It's got a beautiful fine, it's got a beautiful fine tip. So I can either have a fine tip or I can fan it out and have wide. It's up to you. There are individual bristles. So it's not a foam tip, it's an actual bristle brush. Go in there and paint. Let's get a little more going on. I don't think I pressed. Press. There we go. And paint in there. And I'm just coloring it, and it's just going to add a little bit of that shimmer shine. Give another little press. Press. And go in here and just paint that beautiful ink right in there. Easy to use. Kids love them because they love how fun they are, but then they love the bling. And when I'm all done with this, then I'm ready to stamp my next stamp. So I'm all done and it's all happy. Now I take my next stamp and stamp it. And ink it up. And give a nice stamp. It'll fit there. Give a press, not do chest compressions, pull up, and my stamped image is there. Now for this one, I'm just going to, and actually I should have done that for this one, I'm going to just come right outside the lines of my butterfly. I'm just going to color right outside the lines because I'm going to die cut it. I'm going to die cut it out. So I'm just going to go right outside my lines. And die cut it out. Good. Okay, now what color do we want to do this one? How about a really light baby pink? And I'm just going to go right over the top. Ooh, this one's nice and juicy. I'm just going to go right over the top, and I'm going to go right outside those lines. Right outside the lines. So on that one, I've just gone right outside the lines and over the top. And then I'll do my last stamp. And my last stamp is the smallest of the butterfly, the smallest detail to the butterfly. Let's put this one over and put that one down. Let's ink it up. And how about we do a super pretty blue maybe? So I'm going to press down, give a good press, lift up. It's done. I know it doesn't look like anything, but that's the beauty of the triple layer stamping and die cutting, is that it doesn't look like anything until you put it together. Oh my gosh, look at that color. And again, I'm just gonna ink all around. And see how the memento isn't smearing all over the place, it's staying where it's supposed to. If this was a water-based dye ink that really reacted with water, it would have just made a mess. And I've just colored all the way around it. So I know it looks like kind of a hot mess, but let's go ahead and let's die cut now. Because you have the dies to cut all of those shapes. It's different than your standard triple layer stamping because we also have triple layer die cutting. And it's all in the same set. You get the dies and the stamps in the exact same set. And this is where having a magnetic platform is kind of nice. Because I can put my paper down, I can line my dies right up to my stamps. I don't have to worry about them moving. This is a Sizzix product. It won't work with your Cuttlebug or any other die cutting machine. I'm sorry. It was made just for Sizzix. And I can just line these all up. And because I'm on that magnetic platform, I don't have to worry about them moving. I think that's about right. I am going to go with it. It might be slightly off, but I've got a glare. So hopefully I'm close. And I'm going to send all three of them through at the exact same time. These are a frame die. They do not need a precision base plate, and they can go through with just one cut. You don't have to send them back. Pop them on out. And then they layer right on top of each other. To give you a beautiful butterfly with shimmer. Oh my gosh. Because not only are you triple stamping, you're triple die cutting. Now I could have just used the one stamp. I could have just used the big stamp and then just stamped these two on top with lighter color, or you started with your lightest color in the back and work towards your darkest color. If you want to know how to do that, look at YouTube number 160 and it shows you how to do that. But I also wanted to give you the option of die cutting all the layers out as well. So you can triple stamp, you can triple die cut, you can just die cut. This one, all we did was die cut the individual layers in 3 different colors. What do you want to do? What makes you happy? You can do it all. I did this one earlier. This is also with the glitter, or with the shimmer pens, just in different colors. It's just, I love the butterfly. And the butterfly is going to be used during the shop that didn't hop. This is sold separately. You have to purchase it separately. It's not part of the I Want It All collection. And like I said, you could have just taken a piece of paper and stamped all 3 of the stamps together as one unit, and in 3 different color inks, and die cut just with this one, just the background. You can emboss it with embossing powder. You can use, the next YouTube I do, I'm going to be using the butterfly again, and I will show you how to use it with glitter. Beautiful, but you have options. I love it just die cut out of paper. That's all it is die cut out of my bedazzled paper. There is no stamp, there is no, it's just die cut. It's fab. But if you want to get tricky and you want to use the shimmer colors, and you want to play, and you want to layer, and you want to build, well, easy peasy. And on the back shows you exactly. And this is the butterfly. It is a $10 set. You get the dies and the stamps together, and it is sold separately. It's not part of the I Want It All, because it is made, we're going to be using it during the Shop That Did Not Hop event. I didn't want to release it during that event, because then you'd be waiting and waiting and waiting for it. So beautiful, easy, fun. Just stamping the butterfly alone. You don't have to die cut at all. Like I said, you can just use the stamps and just stamp all by itself and not die cut anything. But the triple layer die cutting and the triple layer stamping, I think has really, everybody's been so excited about it, because it does give you so much more. All right, I'm going to put that one to the side. Now the last thing I'm going to show you today is, again, something that I'm really proud of, and I don't know that it's out there yet. I tried to think of things that maybe you haven't seen before. And so I'm going to bring out the rolled roses, or the rolled flowers. And I know several of you are saying, oh, rolled flowers, Stacy, those have been around for years and years. And you're right, they have. They've been around for a really long time. And for those of you who do not know what a rolled flower is, here's a rolled flower. It's done with paper. It's a swirl design that you then roll up to make a finished flower. What makes ours so special or so different than everybody else? I gave you a stamp to stamp the detail, because all the rolled flowers I've ever seen have never had the detail to it. You just die cut out plain paper and roll it, and you have a beautiful plain paper rolled flower. But what if you wanted detail? What if you wanted to detail and stamp the petals? And then this is done with embossing powder, and emboss on top of them to add that detail. What if you wanted to stamp the petals and glitter them using glitter glue? I don't think anybody else has done flowers, rolled flowers, that gives you the stamp as well. So I wanted to do that for you. I'm going to grab my stamp, my block. I've got my flower here. It is a solid unit, so it can't go out of shape. You're not going to have to worry about it unraveling. I'm going to ink it up. It's got a cute little leaf with it. I'm going to ink it. And of course, you've got the leaf die cut too. I'm going to ink it up. Probably should have brought over some pretty colors of Memento. I just brought black with me today. And ink it up. Grab some paper. Grab my gush pad. Give a press. Now these are brand new stamps that are just out of the package. You may have to stamp 2 or 3 times before you get your best impression, because it's got a little bit of residue from the liner, the carrier card. there's my stamped image. Now I could take my, I don't know, what color do I want? Do I like the light blue maybe? I could take my shimmer. Oh, we haven't opened that one. Okay, well, we won't use that one because it'll take a minute to start. Okay, well, I guess I'll use the darker blue. Give a little push, and I could color right over the top. Gosh, that's a pretty blue. So I'm just adding the blue to my white paper over the stamped image of my rolled flower. And I would color all around, and I would go way outside just to make sure I haven't missed a spot. I would continue to color the whole thing, and then I can take my die that coordinates. Remember, you get the stamp and die together. You don't have to worry about buying them separately. This is also a solid piece. Bring over my Big Shot machine. Again, a magnetic platform comes really handy right now. Lay it down and then line it up. And you're just going to lay that right on top of your stamped image. And then you're going to send it on through. Now, if you want to, you can absolutely rotate this one because it is not a frame. Pull it to the side. And pop it out. And you have now added detail to a rolled flower. Now I could have kept coloring that blue and it would have been a completely blue flower with the detail and the shimmer. From what I know, and I've been looking, because when I came up with this idea, I didn't want to do something that's already been out there, and I love rolled flowers, but I wanted detail to them. I wanted them to be pretty when they're done, to have the definition of the petals. I wanted it to have more. So I came up with the idea of the coordinating stamp. And I have to tell you, when I said this is what I wanted to do, the first thing was, say what? No, this is what I want to do. I don't think it's been done. I think it's doable. I think we can achieve this and make it beautiful. And we did. It's beautiful. It's so, I love them. I'm so happy that I can now take something that was just plain paper and I've added to it, and again, you can emboss it, you can add glitter to it. There's so much. Anyway, I need to tilt on down because maybe some of you have no idea how to roll this rose. How to roll this rose. There's a couple different ways of doing it. For this one, you start on the very outside and roll to the center. And you want to have the pretty side, that's what you're rolling into. You want to roll into the pretty side. Yes, I have to think about this. Yes, into the pretty side. Now, we have a quilling tool. It's $1.99. It's gonna be $1.99 online. I can't do 20% off $1.99. I'm so sorry. There's just nothing in there. And you can absolutely take a quilling tool. Oh, my eyes. I think those readers are coming sooner than later. Can I get it in there? Okay, let's see if I can open my quilling tool up just a little bit more so I can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to open my slot up just a little bit more, just so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. I tried on a pair of readers for the first time the other day. Cheaters, readers, whatever you call them. And it was like, oh, that's what everything looks like. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I've got a little bit of a quilling tool. It's inside my quilling tool. Now you could use a toothpick. You could use needle nose pliers. You just have to get a hold of that edge. And then you just start to roll. That's all you do is start to roll. And you don't have to worry so much about making it too tight or too loose right now. You'll have an opportunity to change that once it's all done rolling. I'm just rolling with it. Rolling. I'm just rolling my quilling tool. That's all I'm doing is rolling my quilling tool. And my flower is rolling right with my quilling tool. Roll, 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 roll until you've got it all on your quilling tool. Or your pliers or your toothpick, whatever you've got. And then once you've got it off your quilling tool, now you get to play with it. Now you get to see what do you want it to look like? Do you want it to be really tight, like a really small bud? If you do, you just keep turning it in onto itself and make it tighter. Do you want a loose flower? Then you unravel it a little bit and make it looser. And when you finally have it to what you want, when you're finally happy with how your flower looks, then you take a little bit of adhesive, little bit of glue. Put a little dab of glue right in there. See that at the bottom of it? A little dab of glue right in there. Get it to where you want it and you're happy. And then the little bottom, your flower just sits right on that little bottom. You hold it in place for a second or two, and then you set it down to dry. And then you set it down to dry. This was just white paper stamped with a fuchsia colored ink. And then a little bit of glue to set down to dry. And it's done. That's how you roll a flower. So, all I did was take my quilling tool. You can do it with your fingers if you want. If you do it with your fingers, again, you're going to roll into the pattern side. You want to roll into the side that you want to see when your flower is open. So if you just use your fingers, you can do it with just your fingers too. You don't have to use any tool at all if you don't want to. I can do it with my fingers. I just keep rolling, rolling, rolling. If it's easier for you to use a quilling tool, then you just slide it right in, assuming I can see where it is. Slide it on in, and then you start to roll. So it's in my quilling tool. Can you see it's in my quilling tool? Little slotted tool. And then you begin to roll. And you're just rolling, rolling, rolling. I'm just rolling. Rolling down the river. You all were thinking it, I know that. And I'm just rolling. I've got it kind of loose. I need to tighten it up a little bit. There we go. Rolling. Doot, 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 doot. Okay, and then when I'm all done, I just slip it off my quilling tool, and then I can start to play with it and see how tight I want it, see how loose I want it. Do I want it a bud? Do I want it a larger flower? It's all up to you. how tight, how loose. You can make it a super tiny little bud by keeping it really, really tight and just rolling it right in, or you can really, really loosen it up and make it a larger flower. But these really are more card size flowers than big flowers for, I don't know, there's a lot of really big rolled flowers out there, and I wanted something a little smaller, a little daintier, a little bit easier to use. We've got the daisy. Daisy's super cute. Same thing, you just slide it on into the quilling tool. I would slide this on down to the end and just start to roll. And the daisy will make itself. I'm just rolling it right into it. Look at how easy is that. Do you see how easy it is to roll? It's just rolling right onto itself. And then when I'm close to the end, I just pull my quilling tool out, and then you can start to decide, how do you want your daisy to look? Do you want it open? Do you want it tight, like it's just blooming? What makes your heart happy? And because this one's actually been done with glitter, we've got them with glitter. We've got them embossed. Oh my goodness gracious. Now I will tell you, with the little hearty one, the hearts, whoops, see how it makes up the hearts? This one you have to do backwards. This one you're going to start rolling from the inside out. You're going to start from here. And you're going to roll it inside out. So I'm going to start in the inside and I'm going to roll this way. And I'm just going to roll, 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 and I'm going to roll the inside out. So I started with the inside of the flower as opposed to the outside of the flower. And I'm just going to roll. And at this point, I can almost do it with my hands just as easy. So those of you who love rolled flowers, I think you're really going to enjoy these because it actually allows you to add detail to the flowers that you couldn't add before because they didn't have the stamps that coordinated with them. They're so cute. They're so cute. So all the rolled flowers are part of the I Want It All collection. They're so cute. And the adhesive is Simply Defined adhesive. It is my new adhesive. It's called Stay Put because where you put it, it stays. It's called Stay Put adhesive. However, there is a problem with the packaging. This is supposed to retail for $5.99. Comparable product is, for this size, is anywhere about $6.99 to $9.99. But the manufacturer did my label wrong, and the D is missing from adhesive. So, so I called the manufacturer and I said, we've got a little problem with the label. And he said, well, we can't change that. So is there something we can do to make it work for you? And I said, why, yes, there is. You can lower the price on it. So I have got a full-size bottle of our Simply Defined Stay Put adhesive for $3.99. I have quite a few bottles at $3.99 because of that little oops. But you know what? His mistake, your benefit. It dries crystal clear. It is an all-purpose adhesive. It is not too tacky. It is not too wet. It will hold your flowers. Absolutely beautiful. It's great on paper. It's just a really good all-purpose adhesive for $3.99 until the next shipment comes in and RD is put on adhesive. So this is the new Simply Defined adhesive called Stay Put, because where you put it, it stays. It stays where you put it. and I hope you take advantage of the savings because I don't think that's going to happen again. So we have got the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful rolled flowers that have been added and bammed and blinged up by using the stamps that coordinate. Here we've glittered right, we've stamped with glue and we've glittered right on top. We've used the image. They're just so pretty. And all you do is stamp and then line up your die. Not this one, that's the wrong one, but oh, here we go. Oh, here we've used foils So we used Mega Flakes. We stamped with glue, let it go tacky, and then put the foils on top. Then all I have to do is line this up. Line this up. My magnetic platform, my cut plate, my paper with my stamp and my foil, my die, and send it on through. Up to you if you want to rotate. Just give it a quick rotate and send it back. So I know rolled flowers have been around for a while, but I don't think rolled flowers with a coordinating stamp to let you add detail. I am very proud of these. Get rid of the centerpiece. It was like, gosh, when I saw rolled flowers, it was like, gosh, but how do we add any detail to them? So when I started manufacturing Simply Defined, I said, oh, we're gonna do this. Pull it out of the die. And now you've got a foiled flower that you can roll. And again, you can use your hands, you can use a toothpick, you can use a needlepoint plier. The quilling tool is kind of nice. It's $1.99. It has quilling on one side and a pokey tool on the other side. So for $1.99, you really can't go wrong with that if you don't have one. Just roll, roll, roll. See, I'm doing this with my hands. Can you see? So I'm holding it like this and turning. Holding it and turning. Holding it and turning. Can you see how I'm doing that? Just with my hands. Up to you, whichever works best for you. And then I would put a little glue on that little bum right there, but now I can let it open and I can tweak it and play with it. And now I've got a foiled flower. Who has foiled flowers? Oh my gosh. On an elegant black card. Oh, I love them. Who's got foiled flowers? Fabulous. And we use the flakes. We use the tonic flakes. Oh my gosh, just a little bit of happiness. And then again, you just open it up, a little bit of glue in the bum down there, and stick the little cap on it, the little bum cap, and you are good to go. Rolled flowers that have actual detail to them. Just love them. Just seeing this one would have been so, so pretty if I had finished all the blue. Okay, the only thing I have left to show you is the hummingbird, and I'm not going to cut it. It is very much like the butterfly. It is a triple layer stamp and die. So you get all three stamps and you get all three coordinating dies. Let me grab it. So here it is. So you get, it is a triple layer die and a triple layer stamp. You can just stamp it, you can just die cut it, you can die cut it and stamp it. Here is a sample of it, all done. It is part of the I Want It All collection. Let's see if it goes better against the black. It is part of the I Want It All collection. And it is the hummingbird. So the hummingbird comes with the I Want It All. The butterfly is sold separately. All of the flowers, and then I have a wishing well. And the wishing well is only sold in the bundle. I know this is very confusing. I'm so sorry. This was a confusing month because there was so much to show you. All right, I'm gonna bring over the storyboards to try and help us all out. And I do want to show you just quickly the color chart for the sparkle. We will have all the sets and as an I Want It All on sale, and then we will have each individual set on sale in the YouTube Yummies. So it's not going to matter if you want it all or if you just want one. They're all going to be on sale for you. All right, so let's start with, I've got the Delicate and the Cheerful. So here's what we're calling my delicate rose or my delicate flower, and you can see how we've stamped it, die cut, and then built the flowers. And then we have cheerful, which it is. It's a daisy. How I love daisies. So you can see how we've stamped it and die cut it. Now you can just die cut it and roll it. You don't have to stamp it if you don't want to, but who doesn't want to get all that detail and all that definition? This one is just die cut. This one is white with yellow, and this is a shimmer. This is my bedazzled paper, and it's stamped. So there are the first two. You've got cheerful on the top, and you've got delicate on the bottom. And they're so easy to roll. Once you get going, you're not going to want to stop. So that's the first two. They are part of the I Want It All collection. The next two we have is Fragrant and Glorious. So at the top we have Glorious. So pretty. All the things you can do with it. All the different ways you can use it. And then at the bottom, we have Fragrant. And remember, this is the one that you roll from the inside, you roll from the inside out and not the outside in. All the other flowers you roll from the outside in. But how cute. Isn't that just so much fun? And it gives you the detail that we've never had before on rolled flowers. And when they're gone, they're gone. I'm sorry. Then we have the hummingbird. So you've got the stamped images of the hummingbird. Here's the hummingbird just triple stamped using 3 different colors of blue, triple stamped hummingbird. Then you have all the different pieces of the hummingbird so that you can put it together. Here it is just out of paper. Here it is out of paper and stamps. But there's the hummingbird. Love the hummingbird. And I called this one striking because I really do believe that that hummingbird is striking no matter how you do it, whether it's just stamped or stamped and die cut or just die cut. The pieces layer on top of each other to give you that definition. I know that's a funky looking piece, but when you layer it on top of the hummingbird on the main piece, you understand why it is the way it is. Love this one. Then we have Wishing Well. So the Wishing Well, again, this one only comes in the bundle. So if you love the Wishing Well, and I think I called it Magical, it's only in the bundle. You can't buy it open stock. Bundle only. And it comes with the pail and the little vines. And the idea is that you could take your little flowers and add your little flowers around it. It's so cute. Love the Wishing Well. So part of the I Want It All is the Wishing Well, hummingbird. Oh, I hear a pallet being delivered. The first 2 flowers, which are Fragrant and Glorious. And then the last 2 flowers, which are Delicate and Cheerful. So that is the I Want It All bundle. Now the contour die is sold separately. Remember, that's what we started with, was the contour die. Here it is as a gatefold. And Elena took the negative pieces and put it inside. So it's a gatefold. And Elena took the negative pieces and put it on the inside. So you've got a gatefold. You've got it just as a straight die cut, or you've got it as a side fold opening. And this is the contour die for Flower Shop. And there, I mean, is that not just the most beautiful thing? That's the negative. That's what fell out. That's what fell out. And she just layered it right inside. And it's a gatefold card. So that's the contour. And then last but not least, we have the butterfly luminous. So there they are. There's the 3 stamps. There it is, just stamped. That's all we did was use 3 different color inks and stamp it. Here you have the 3 die cuts. Here you have the die cuts that are stamped. And here you have them when they've been layered. That's luminous. And we're gonna keep the price at $10 and not $13.99. And when they're gone, but this is a great set. And we're gonna be using this during the shop that didn't hop. So you'll see this again in my next YouTube when I'm doing jewelry. Look at how beautiful is that. This is luminous. Okay, time for samples, because we got a lot of samples. Let's talk Belinda first. Belinda did a cute banner, Pride. Pride for 4th of July. And she used the rolled roses or the rolled flowers. Ooh, she used the rolled flowers and embossed with them. That's embossing powder that she heated on and then rolled them. Super cute. There's her banner, Pride, for the 4th of July. And then, I love this. We have her wreath with the wishing well and the hummingbird and all of the flowers, and they're glittered and they're stamped, and oh my gosh, how much fun is that? And look at the wishing well. Doesn't that look awesome? And she's got the little, she put glossy accents over the top to make it look like water, and she's got the hummingbird. This is Belinda, and this is her wreath. Then we have Belinda's layout called Sisters. And again, she's got all of the flowers at the bottom, and she's got the hummingbird, and she's got the butterfly. And this is called Sisters. And then she used the last release, I think she used, to do the mixed media. This is mixed media. This is paste on here. Yes, you can do that on your layouts. Absolutely. She's got the contour die right up the center. Look at the butterflies. The butterflies are beautiful. Look at I love the hummingbird. Okay, so this is Belinda, and I love Belinda, as you can tell. Then we have Claire. And we have a thank you card from Claire. Again, using the rolled flowers, all detailed out. That's Claire. And then Claire's mixed media piece. Is that not fabulous? Oh my gosh, is that amazing? Look at all the flowers she made. Is that amazing? This is on canvas and just decoupaged, and then she made all the flowers. Oh my gosh. Love it. I love the little sunglasses, 50s sunglasses. And she used texture paste. This is Claire. And she really went wild with the rolled flowers. But wait, wait. Then Claire also did this. And I hope that this shows up. Claire made, is this not just beautiful? And look at the hummingbird is off the side. And the butterfly out of glitter. This is one of her finds at the swap meet, and then she took all the flowers and just made it beautiful. This was a $3 find at the swap meet, she said. And then she just made it beautiful. And because the flowers have detail, they're not just flat, they're not just boring. They've got the detail in them for the petals. So that is Claire. Next I'm gonna do Michelle. Oh my gosh, how stinking cute is this? And again, she's got glitter on them because you have the stamp that coordinates, and she used pattern paper for some. And how cute is this for centerpieces for the 4th of July? Even though the 4th of July is over, save it for next year. How cute is that? Those are the rolled flowers. This is Michelle. We also have Michelle here. And her very elegant card. Aren't they gorgeous? That is Michelle. Girls really took to the rolled flowers. Usually they do a ton with the contour die, And this time it was all rolled flowers. Here we have Doris. It says, thanks a bunch. Gorgeous, aren't they? So this is Doris and her thanks a bunch. And then we have Doris and her wishing well. It says, make a wish. And remember, the wishing well is only in the I Want It All bundle. That's the only way you can get the wishing well. And then she has a teepee card. So a teepee card folds into it. She used the die from Simply Refined from the Transformations to keep her teepee card closed. And there's her teepee card. Look at her hummingbird. You can do this. You can do that. Is that magnificent? This is Doris and her teepee card. And her hummingbird, oh, her hummingbird is magnificent. I love her flowers, but I love her hummingbird. And that's Doris. We also have Doris with hugs. And again, her hummingbirds are a rock star. Love, love, love. This is Doris. Oh, I don't know if I have any more for Doris. Hopefully I didn't miss any Oh yeah, one more. Sending hugs. Here she used the contour die. Wahoo! Here she used the contour die. So that is Doris. Then we have Kathy. So here we have Kathy, and she used rice paper decoupage from Stamperia to do the jar. And then look at her flowers all over the top. Just on a mason jar. Again, if you did fall flowers, wouldn't this be fall colors? Wouldn't this be cute for October or November? If you're having a party, how darling are these as centerpieces? And she used the stamps to add all the detail and all the glitter to her flowers. That is Kathy. I also have this one from Kathy, from Our Home to Yours, where she's used the rolled flowers. And I have a layout from Kathy, where she used wishing well, and she used the daisies, and she used the hummingbird with glitter. You've got the hummingbird up here. This is Kathy's layout, and it says family. How cute is that? I love this. It makes my heart so happy. That's Kathy. Then we have Yvette. And Yvette, again, I just love the wishing well. They did such a beautiful job with that wishing well. And then here's a card I showed on Facebook. She used the Brushos to do the coloring in the back. She used Brushos to do that coloring in the back. She's got the hummingbird in there and the contour die. And here she used my glimmer paper. This card was done with glimmer paper, so she fronted the card with glimmer paper and used the contour die. And then she used a stained glass effect. So you can take glossy accents and mix it with a re-inker to get a little bit of a color to it, and then put it in there, let it dry, and it gives you a stained glass effect. 'Cause that's not solid. And that's with my glimmer sheet. So you can see why it's called glimmer sheets and the contour die. And this is Yvette. And then, did I miss anybody? Oh, I hope I didn't miss anybody. Last but not least, I'm going to show you Elena. So not only does Elena put together the storyboards that you see, but this is Elena. She did a whole shadow box with, I think there's like 90 flowers here. and she just rolled and rolled and rolled, and you've got the butterfly and you've got the hummingbird popping out. She's got them on springs so they pop out. But this is Elena, and this is magnificent, and we're going to hang it up, and she's not going to get it back. So this is Elena. All right, hopefully I didn't forget to show somebody's stuff, but I want to remind you where you're going to get all of this. So we've got the glue on a special deal, brand new. It's a brand new product, but the label came in wrong. So we all are going to take advantage of that small little missing D in adhesive. And so instead of $5.99, it's going to be $3.99 for until we run out of our first shipment, which is quite a bit. But you know what? Their mistake, our benefit, right? It's all-purpose, dries crystal clear. It's a non-clog cap. I think you're really gonna love it. We also have the sparkle pins from Spectrum Noir that are gonna be on sale, 20% off. And then we have the quilling tool, $1.99. It's not gonna be anything less than that. I can't go less than that. And then Flower Shop by Simply Defined. Remember, the contour die and the butterfly die are sold separately. And if you want the wishing well, the only way to get it is with the I Want It All bundle. Okay, it's me, Stacy. It's longer than an hour, sorry, about an hour and 25 minutes, I think. Anyway, Shop That Didn't Hop is coming up really, really soon. Where are you gonna find all of these great products? Scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Holy smokes, artichokes, I hope you found this YouTube very informative, and that the pretty just spoke to you, because I really do love the butterflies. Oh, and then Yvette made my hairpiece. Yvette made my that's what my hair looks like when it comes down. Yvette made the hairpiece, the little headband, all with the flowers. Super cute, huh? All right, well, let's get my hair back where it should be. Ready? I'm an Aquanet girl, so everything should pretty much fall right back into place with any luck. Yes, I'm an Aquanet girl. I don't want to hear about it. There's nothing wrong with big hair. All right, you guys, it's me, Stacy. I'll talk to you next week. It was good to see you. Scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Bye.